Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Cinderella. She had sparkling blue eyes, golden hair, and a heart full of love and compassion. Unfortunately, her life was not always a fairy tale. Cinderella lived with her stepmother and two stepsisters, who were unkind and treated her like a servant. They made her do all the chores and never allowed her to go to the royal ball or have any fun. One day, an invitation arrived at their house. The king was hosting a grand ball, and everyone in the kingdom was invited. Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters were thrilled, but they refused to let her go. They left her alone in the house, surrounded by piles of work. Cinderella couldn't help but cry. Just when she felt hopeless, a little mouse named Gus appeared from a tiny hole in the wall. "Don't cry, Cinderella," he squeaked. "I have an idea. I know a fairy godmother who can help you." Cinderella wiped away her tears and listened attentively. Gus explained that his friend, the fairy godmother, had magical powers and might be able to make her dreams come true. Excited and filled with hope, Cinderella followed Gus through the forest. They arrived at a magnificent tree, and to Cinderella's surprise, it opened up, revealing a hidden cottage. Inside, the fairy godmother was waiting. The fairy godmother was kind and gentle. She listened to Cinderella's story and decided to help her. She waved her magic wand, and in an instant, Cinderella's rags turned into a beautiful ball gown. Her worn-out shoes transformed into sparkling glass slippers, and a pumpkin became a magnificent carriage. "Remember, Cinderella," the fairy godmother said, "you must leave the ball before midnight, for when the clock strikes 12, the magic will fade away." Cinderella thanked the fairy godmother and set off for the royal ball, feeling like the luckiest girl in the world. When she arrived, she caught the attention of everyone, including the prince himself. They danced together, and Cinderella felt as if she were floating on air. But as the clock neared midnight, Cinderella remembered the fairy godmother's warning and rushed out of the ballroom, leaving behind one of her glass slippers. Days turned into weeks, and the prince couldn't forget the mysterious girl he had danced with. He was determined to find her. The prince announced that he would search the entire kingdom for the girl whose foot perfectly fit the glass slipper. When the prince arrived at Cinderella's house, her stepsisters tried to squeeze their feet into the slipper, but it was too small for them. Cinderella's heart raced with excitement as she stepped forward. Her foot slipped effortlessly into the glass slipper, and it fit perfectly. The prince was overjoyed. He recognized Cinderella as the girl he had danced with, and realized that she was the one he had been searching for all along. He asked her to be his princess, and she happily accepted. Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters were astonished and begged for forgiveness. Cinderella, being kind-hearted, forgave them and invited them to live in the palace with her. And so, Cinderella and the prince lived happily ever after. They ruled the kingdom with kindness and fairness, and Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters learned the importance of compassion and love. The tale of Cinderella teaches us that no matter how difficult life may seem, kindness, bravery, and a little bit of magic can lead us to a happily ever after.